Hello, and welcome to another Scottish mountain walking guide. In today's episode, I've returned to Torridon to climb Maol Chean-dearg. This is another contender for the best viewpoint in all of the Torridon area. Parking is at the side of the road, just south of the Coulags. Parking is free, and there are no height restrictions. You can probably fit around 5 cars in the space provided, and a couple more at the side of the road before the barrier. It's around 4 hours drive from Edinburgh or Glasgow, and the closest public toilet is in Kinloch, around 30 minutes drive away. The total distance for today's walk is 16 kilometres with 970 metres of ascent. It is expected to take around 5.5 hours to walk. The route is relatively easy to navigate with well-worn paths to follow for the most part. There are a couple of forks in the path where you need to leave what would appear to be the main path going straight on and instead turn to the left or the right at the appropriate place. As always, links to the OS map for this route, the starting point car park, and the Scottish Mountain Weather website are all included in the description below. Starting at the car park, you head north-east, following the road, crossing over the bridge here, and then turning left down this little side track. You need to cross through a gate and then follow the road down to the end here. Just before you reach this private residence, you'll see a gate and a cattle grid. At that point, you leave the road and turn down to the left to follow the public path. The footpath bypasses the house here. You'll then join back up onto the gravel road and follow that for a short distance until you come across another bridge. And just before that bridge, you turn off to the right, again leaving the gravel road. You follow that path and it goes along the side of the hillside here and it's going up the valley. You're slowly gaining altitude, but it's a nice gentle walk at this point. It goes a little bit further along and it starts to get a little bit steeper at this section. And you come up and you'll pass a little dam and cross over a footpath bridge. You continue along this path, gradually increasing in altitude, but it's a very gentle walk. And somewhere around here you'll come to the bothy, and it takes around 45 minutes to walk to the bothy. Keep following the path, and it's a good quality path, peat and gravel, but it's not too boggy. There's a little bit here, just right here is about the boggiest section in the whole walk, and it's not that bad. It looks worse than it actually is. When you come to this point here, there is a small cairn, and that indicates where you want to leave the main path which goes straight on and take the path to the left, and that takes you right up into the mountainside. And you're going to start gaining altitude quite steeply at this point. Keep following the main path. Now this is where I return. You won't actually see this path because it's not very well defined, but this is the return route I took on this walk. Keep following the path all the way up. And you'll come up to the Coulags here, and this is a really nice viewpoint, and you can see across here to this top here, and there's a lock in here, another lock in down here. It's also an easy point to miss the turn to your right. It's a sharp 90-degree turn, and it's very easy just to keep walking on. If you're not paying attention, or if it's cloudy and you can't see very well, then it's quite easy just to follow that path on and start descending. So just watch out for that point. Turn to your right, and this gets even steeper up this section here. So you go up this ridge line, and then it flattens off, and then it gets much easier for a period. Again, it increases in steepness. And then this point here is where the path, and it's the only section in the whole walk where the path is quite vague. So it takes a small bend to the right, and then another bend back to the left. If you've got visibility, you can see that the top is up here, so all you've got to do is make your way up. None of this is too steep, or there's no crags, so you can go up anywhere you want basically. Just make your way up to the summit. From this top, you do get excellent views. The first time I was up here, I was just amazed at how well you could see Coulags, which is Coulags to the north. Benny is off slightly more to the east, and you've got the other Munros over here. So it is a really good viewpoint. And there's a massive cairn at the top with multiple windbreaks on different sides of it, so you can get out of the wind. If the visibility isn't good, I would retrace my steps back and just take the same path back down. If visibility is good, then, and I'll show you in the aerial map, you will be able to see there's a small lock-in right here. So you'll be able to see this lock-in here on your descent down, And if you head for that, that takes you to the top of this scree slope here. And you can even see in the satellite imagery there, there's easy paths to follow down through that scree. As always, it's easier in my view to go down scree than it is to climb up scree, and this isn't difficult to descend. So I went back down the more direct route down the scree. When you get to the bottom of the scree path, there is a path that comes out, and for the most part I was able to follow it, but when it gets to the end here it gets very faint, and at that point, assuming you have visibility and you're not in cloud, you can see the main path here, and you're just making your way back down to that path. So from the summit, you're heading southeast. Once you get back onto this path, then it is very simple just to follow that path back down to the bottom of the glen, turn right, and then follow the main path that takes you by the bothy, all the way back out to the car park at the start. You just remember, and there is a sign here directing you just to make sure you turn off the gravel road before you come to this private residence. Good morning. I'm at the Coulags parking lay-by for today's walk. It's another very windy day. Hopefully I'll be warm enough today. It's 8:25 in the morning. From the parking lay-by, you head north, cross that bridge there. You come to a gate and then follow the path that takes you into the bothy. It's quite a long walk in without gaining too much altitude before you then turn up and go up into the mountain. It's meant to be nice and clear today, but -1 degree at the summit, and with the wind chill about -10 to -15. So definitely need to wrap up. But no rain or snow, and a clear top is forecast. Right after crossing the bridge, turn left down this little track. Through the gate. You can almost see the summit. See a little bit, in fact it might even be the summit there. That top in the sunlight. That's where we're going. Going to go along here, round to the right of that lit up mountainside, round the back of that, and then you go up. Just go straight ahead at this fork, ignore the road to the right. At this point we leave the road here. You'll see there's a green sign showing the public footpath is on the left. So we don't go up there. Go down here to the left. You'll come back to, I think it's the same track. We're just avoiding the private residence back there. So head left once you join the road again. When you come to this bridge, you'll see there's a green sign showing that the path now goes off to the right just before that bridge. I can see the path ahead going up through the valley there. So just follow this for a while. On my left there's a little dam. The path goes straight on, so leaving the broader gravel road there and now onto a footpath. And just round the corner here we're going to cross over a footbridge over that little stream. And there's the bridge there. It's a nice day, a bit windy, and that's just going to get stronger the higher up we go. Taking about 45 minutes to get to the bothy here. Just got a little bit out of the wind. So we'll continue to follow the path up the left hand side of the river here. Not too much further, then it'll bend round to the left and then we'll actually start to gain some altitude. It's really nice when there's no wind, but that's pretty infrequent. Looking back down the path there, it gets a little bit boggy. I went right through the middle and it wasn't too bad. It looks worse than it actually was. You can see the summit way up there. I think it's just slightly out of view. And if I remember right, we go along here a little bit and then we're going to start going up to the left. And actually you go down, or you go round the side of that bright bit. That bit in the centre of the frame, we go to the left of that and then up the ridge onto the top of that, and then it undulates and you go up and down a bit and then climb up to the very top. I'll probably take a slightly different route back down. You can see there's some scree there right in the centre of the frame. You can go up and down that section as well. So I'll probably come down there, get more protection from the wind, but go up to the left to get better views of the Torridon Mountains. When you come to this reasonably sized cairn, you want to go to the left, and that's as we're going to start gaining some altitude and climbing the mountain. I'm going to follow the path. It bends round to the right a little bit and then goes all the way up to the left to the Coulags there in the central frame. After that point you go round to the right slightly and then it pretty much goes up the ridge onto that first top and then straight on and then up onto the summit. But you can see right in the centre frame in that scree area there's also a path that comes down there, and it comes down through the rocks and then joins up with this path just about there straight ahead. I'll come back down that way, but I'll go up to the left. Just enjoying getting out of the wind. Must be 40, 50 mile an hour. It must be 40, 50 mile an hour winds here. It's quite difficult to walk in. You usually find that the B-lac will fill the wind, but I've got above that and it's still not getting better. It's kind of cold today, it's a wee bit off the side of the horizon here. Just get my breath back. I'm on the first top of the way to the summit. I've got this little bit out of the wind, so today I'm going to put my fleece on now. Not too cold at the moment, but it's going to get more exposed. Don't want to have the same thing that happened a couple of weeks ago. Not far from the top now. Hopefully it stays in the sunshine. Took the opportunity to have something to eat and drink. At 730 metres, the summit's 933 metres, so 200 metres of ascent to go, and it's only a little bit over 1 kilometre away. And on a normal day, well maybe this is a normal day, on a nicer day that'd be quite an easy walk, but this wind is quite challenging. Hopefully it's more behind me on the way up and then in my face on the way back down. We'll see how it goes. It's a bit cold, the wind chill, you start to feel your hands getting a bit numb. At the summit of Maol Chean-dearg. It's a bit windy. Get some stunning views. I'll have to go back down and hide behind this cairn. Ah, that's much better. This cairn has got multiple seats built around it so that you can get out of the wind depending which way it's coming from. You can see Coulags over there and Ben Alligan, and then Ben A. All of the mighty Torridon mountains. Okay, that's enough of that. Oh, that's just taken 3 hours to get to the summit. Just looking across at Coulags. Final ascent, the path isn't the most clear. Just keep going that way, you can't go far wrong. reasonably flat top. Summit, retrace your steps all the way back down. I'm going to take the slight detour and go down the scree slope to the left on the way down, but you're basically heading south, south-east, just slightly east of south. Because I'm going to go down the scree slope, you're heading for that little pond there. So I'm coming down a little bit more to the left. It's actually not as steep as it is on the right hand side. When there's that little pond, and the scree starts there, it just goes off the edge. And then it quickly joins up to the path that came in on. And it's slightly more direct, a little bit of a shortcut. Near that little pond there was another cairn further over to the left. They all go down the same place, but this is the main path. They go down the scree. There's also one just slightly further over there. But this isn't difficult. It's very windy. Right, time to put the boy away. There are multiple routes down through that scree. With a bit of luck, you'll come out at the bottom here and there's a faint path. And it kind of just goes straight out down to the main path over there. So you just go in that general direction. So I just took the opportunity to take a couple of layers off so I don't overheat on the way down. It's nice just now out of the wind. Shouldn't be too bad now. The worst of it was when the worst of the wind was when I got to that Beelach and from there up. And I'm roughly the same height as the Beelach just now, but heading down this way. Back at the path I went up this morning. The last section there, I lost the path. There was a faint trail to follow, but it's not that important. You can see the mountain there and you can see the path ahead. So you're just heading towards that. From here, turn left and then just back down to the bothy and all the way out. Should be quite quick. Look like rain over there, and that's kind of where the wind's coming from. Yeah, I might get caught in it. I'm back down off the mountain, down at this cairn where I turned off the path earlier. So turn right, you can see the bothy over there. It's probably about a 45-minute walk back out. And it is 10 to 1. I'm back at the road where we turned off this morning, and naturally we turn left as we join this road, and the car park is just over there. Just go down to the right following the sign for the public footpath. A nice little woodland section to finish with. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. A bit windy up the top, nice and sunny as well. It's a really spectacular viewpoint. Get to see all of the Torridon mountains. I'm back at the main road. Total walking time is just around 5 hours. Going down here to the right, back to the car park. And once again, thanks for watching, and bye for now.